Yeah. Today we reacted to why people should stop comparing today's celebrity with Michael Jackson. Now, here's my take on this. The comparison thing, I can understand. Like, I don't think nobody has been as global as Michael Jackson. But you can't be mad when people say, "Hey, this is my." I feel like what's the name is better than Michael Jackson. That's their opinion. That person right there did more for them than Michael Jackson did, and that's okay. That's fine. So when it comes to comparing, I never compare like objective things. Like, ooh, I feel like Lil Wayne, the blah 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 blah, than Michael Jackson. I would never say that. I say what Lil Wayne does for me, and why I think Lil Wayne is my favorite artist of all time. Literally. But if we are comparing rappers, then I will say objective things like Lil Wayne a better lyricist. Lil Wayne got better flows. Lil Wayne got, you feel me? And then we go into detail about that. But with that being said, though, if you're new, subscribe and roll to 1,000 subs. We're trying to get 1,000 for the end of the month. That's the goal. Shout out MJ. Shout out all the goats. Shout out everybody in the world, man. Ain't that somebody get into it? Let's work. Let's work.
People throw out comparisons between today's celebrities and Michael Jackson. Whether it's The Weeknd, Cristiano.
Let's look at the whole
comparisons between
the whole group. Bruno, Gaga, Beyonce, Post Malone. I cannot see who that is in the corner. Taylor Swift. I forgot her name. I heard her song by her though. She I like her. Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know about her. If somebody compares Sabrina Carpenter to Michael Jackson, I don't know what to say. Kendrick deserved the comparisons for what he does for the culture. He deserves it. Billie Eilish, I'm not into her music, so I can't even give you a definitive answer on that. But hey, man, we might listen to a Billie Eilish song. I ain't gonna lie, I had preconceptions about Billie Eilish, man. I was like, I will never listen to her music ever. But you know what? I'm on a journey to find music, so we can check out her music, man. But yeah, I feel like the only people that deserve the comparisons up here is Kendrick and Beyonce, for real. Lady Gaga and Taylor Swift does got the numbers. Nah, Gaga low key like that though. Like, for what she does for her people though. Like, Taylor Swift got the numbers. I'm not into her music for her, so I can't really give a real definitive answer on her. Only person I can really talk up here for is Kendrick. So that's the only person I'm gonna say. Kendrick deserve it for sure. Kendrick deserve it for
Celebrities
sure.
and Michael Jackson.
He's not
Whether
global
it's The
like Michael Jackson,
Weeknd,
though.
Cristiano Ronaldo, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, or Chris Brown, the media and social media users are.
They love talking about Chris Brown and Michael Jackson. That's the dumbest comparison. Like, shout out Chris Breezy though. Like, it's the fact that if your whole thing is Michael Jackson my inspiration, then how you surpass something you looking up to? Now he does do his own things, but his whole thing is his whole shtick is I'm Baby Mike type stuff. You feel me? Like they compare me to Michael Jackson. You feel me?
To say they've surpassed Michael. Why? Because they've got millions or even billions of followers on Instagram? Because they sell out concerts? Listen, followers don't equal impact, and fame doesn't equal legacy.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson wasn't just famous, he changed the world.
Yeah.
And no one has even come close to what he did. Let's get straight to the problem. People are comparing today's stars to the greatest entertainer of all time.
And this was literally before Instagram and stuff like that. If Michael Jackson was around when Instagram, TikTok and stuff would be around, Thriller! I'm telling you, Thriller would have been all over TikTok. The whole album would have been all over TikTok. I'm not even gonna lie, that it would have broke it, man. Come on, man. They would have had to make a whole new level past platinum. We can't even say times 5, times 10, times 100. They making a whole new thing. No cap.
Michael Jackson. And it's not just wrong, it's disrespectful. Michael isn't just another musician or pop culture figure. He's beyond that.
Yeah,
he's the king of pop, and his global influence is something these new stars will never understand. Look, just because Ronaldo has 1 billion followers or Beyonce is a trending topic, doesn't mean they've reached Michael's level. Michael had 4.8 billion fans in the 80s and 90s when the world's population was barely over 5 billion. That means almost everyone on the planet knew who he was.
Michael Jackson is the king of pop.
King of pop, rock, and soul. He's the best entertainer.
Bro, you know what I knew Michael Jackson was him? When my little sister cried when he died, I was like, what? This is the aura Michael Jackson got, man. He really changed lives. No cap.
It's much better than sex. Absolutely, totally amazing. Absolutely brilliant.
No Instagram, no Twitter, no TikTok. He didn't need any of that to become a global icon. So what are we even comparing here? Let's break this down further. Back in Michael's era, there was no social media to amplify fame. His stardom came from sheer talent and influence. He didn't need a viral moment. He was the moment. Every single thing Michael touched turned into something the world couldn't stop talking about. Take his 1983 performance at Motown 25. That night he debuted the moonwalk. It wasn't just another dance move, it was a cultural phenomenon, and it's still being imitated to this day. Compare that to today's stars. What defining moment has truly transcended everything in the way Michael's did? Who's leaving a lasting, indelible mark on the world like Michael did with his music, his dancing, and his vision? It's not just about what he did on stage, it's what he represented to the world. In the 80s, Michael Jackson released Thriller. That album wasn't just successful, it's the best-selling album of all time. Over 120 million copies sold. And here's the kicker. He didn't just sell albums, he sold out stadiums. Michael set a Guinness World Record.
That's in the world population right there.
He didn't just sell albums, he sold
This dude talking to a whole country right here.
out stadiums. Michael set a Guinness World Record in 1988 when 504,000 people attended 7 sold-out Wembley Stadium shows. Let that sink in for a minute. 500,000 people in one city came out to see him. Is anyone doing that now? No, they aren't. Not even close. And let's talk about his global impact. Michael wasn't just an American star. He was a worldwide phenomenon. From Tokyo to Cape Town, from Paris to Rio de Janeiro, people across every continent knew who Michael was. He wasn't just famous in the Western world, he was famous everywhere. How many of today's stars can honestly say the same? People like
Kanye. I ain't gonna lie, Kanye can. People love Kanye, bro. The world loves Kanye. We can say that about Kanye for sure. We gotta get Kanye his props.
Chris Brown or Beyonce might be big in the States or Europe, but ask someone in a remote village in Asia or Africa who they are, and chances are they don't know or care. Michael's fame crossed every barrier, every border. He was loved in places where Western pop culture had barely penetrated. Here are 10 powerful reasons why people need to stop comparing today's stars to Michael Jackson. Let's settle this once and for all. Michael Jackson defined the standard of fame. Michael Jackson built his fame without today's digital crutches. He didn't need social media, hashtags, or streaming platforms. His name alone drew in billions. He was a force of nature, an actual phenomenon. Unlike the stars today who rely on trends and paid promotions, Michael—
See, this is a bogus topic. Why you can't be mad at people for using what they was given. You make it seem like if Michael Jackson wasn't around today, he wouldn't be using. He would. It's just them using what's at their disposal. If it was in a different time, they gonna use what's at their disposal in that time. This is a bogus argument right here. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I don't like this argument right here.
Earned his place by pure talent and innovation.
You can't do that.
He had no viral strategies. He was the definition of viral before that term even existed. Trying to measure anyone else against him is like comparing a spark to a wildfire. He created the greatest albums of all time. Let's be clear. Thriller and Bad weren't just albums. They were events that changed music history. Thriller isn't some chart-topping record, it's the highest-selling album of all time. Michael set a standard that today's stars can't even dream of reaching. His work is timeless, a cultural milestone that hasn't faded decades later. No amount of sales or streams today even
Mike, look at Mike, bro. That's aura, gang. That's aura right now. Oh, that's aura.
Most artists today are scrambling to replicate the kind of success he achieved. They can't. They're not built for it. The most awarded artist in history. Michael Jackson holds an insane 834 awards, more than any artist.
What? What? You got me. I was gonna say numbers don't matter, but 834 is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. 834 is a ridiculous amount of awards.
In history, he's the most awarded musician, period. No matter how many awards shows the industry creates to pump up the image of new stars, Michael's record remains untouched. His awards weren't for social media campaigns or gimmicks, they were earned by his pure talent, creativity, and the impact he made on people. He didn't need to advertise his greatness, he proved it. While today's artists collect popularity points, Michael's achievements are eternal, and no one's getting close. Michael Jackson wasn't just famous, he was universally...
I ain't gonna lie, this sound like a GLAZE fest now, bro. Like, gaining popularity, like you don't gotta bring the other people down to put up Michael Jackson. That's what this seemed like. I ain't gonna lie, that's what it's turning into. Nah, no cap. This low key finna
iconic. Michael Jackson's fame knew no boundaries. His influence spanned every country, every culture. Today's artists struggle to break out of their home markets, relying on internet algorithms to be seen.
See, this is what I'm saying. I'm finna low key leave. You got one more of those. Nah, he gonna do it the whole vid, but like, come on, bro. Why you gotta bring down other people to put up Michael Jackson? You low-key hurting your argument if you gotta do that. No cap. Like, what's wrong with this dude, folks? What's wrong with him, gang? Like, come on,
Michael
man.
didn't need an algorithm.
This pure GLAZE,
over
you sucking, folks. You sucking up. Like, come on, man.
Billion people in an era when the world's population was around 5 billion.
You said this, gang. Like, see, now you rehashing.
He's as well known in places that some of today's celebrities have never even heard of. His name was, and is, a global language. Comparing someone who's only famous in the West or on Instagram to Michael is insulting. Record-breaking concerts? Michael set records that can't be broken. 7 sold-out shows at Wembley Stadium. More than 500,000 people showed up just to see him. Michael didn't rely on flashy advertising or social media.
See, all you had to do was say he had 500,000. Watch what he finna do. These artists today have to use blank, 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 blank. It's been a low key. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
The power of his name alone filled stadiums. No artist today could command that kind of loyalty and demand. They've got to rely on huge marketing budgets.
Like I said, like the 800 awards, 500,000 people. Him being known in remote places is enough to sell people that Michael Jackson cannot be compared to the artists of today. Why do you gotta try to trash the way the people today do stuff when that's what they was given? Yeah, these old heads, man.
But Michael was the marketing. Every record he set was because the world couldn't get enough of him. No one today could dream of that impact, and that's the truth.
I listen to it.
He didn't just influence pop culture. He became a cultural force. Michael Jackson is pop culture. The moonwalk, the single glove, that iconic red jacket. These symbols are legendary because of him. Today's stars might throw out a catchy dance move or viral outfit, but none of it will be remembered for generations. Michael's style, his moves, and his music became embedded in the culture itself. Everyone else is just recycling his ideas, trying to catch the magic he created. The man defined what it means to be an icon. Today's stars? They're just following in his footsteps, hoping they can shine even a fraction as bright. The media has tried to take him down, and he's still untouchable. Michael faced more media attacks, more scrutiny, and more false narratives than any celebrity today, and he still stood strong. They tried to break him with rumors, lawsuits, and controversies, but his legacy only grew. Today's stars collapse under pressure with a single critical article. Michael endured decades of relentless attacks and still came out on top. The media went after him harder than anyone else in history, and yet he remains untouchable. Today's celebrities would crumble under even a fraction of what he went through. Social media doesn't equal real impact. Michael had real fans, not followers. Just because someone racks up millions of followers doesn't mean they have a real impact. Social media creates fake numbers and...
See, this is not how you do it, bro. Why don't you just talk about what Michael Jackson did for the culture? Instead of saying having followers doesn't equate to real friends. Oh my God, man. If you talk about why his fans loved him and why other fans aren't real fans of the people, they just enjoy what they do, then this would be a good argument. All you, like, I don't, like, you're not even, come on, dude, bro. This is
gods.
yeah.
Michael had real fans, over 4.8 billion of them when social media didn't even exist. His reach was tangible and unforgettable. He didn't rely on bots, algorithms, or promotional boosts. His influence was authentic. Followers don't make legends, real fans do. That's something today's stars, with their paid followers and fake engagement, will never understand. Today's artists don't have Michael's unmatched creativity. Michael didn't just create songs, he reinvented music. He was involved in every part of his art, writing, choreographing, directing. He didn't just go with the...
Thank you. How can you even breathe with Michael Jackson nuts so far down your throat? Thank you, bruh. This dude is tweaking. He and this boy sucking him up. He giving folks head. He said, you gonna nut 4 times, Mike. This dude is...
flow, he made the flow. The sounds, the dance moves, the visuals, all of it was a product of his genius. Meanwhile, today's stars are leaning on teams of writers, producers, and choreographers just to put out something halfway decent. They're not creators, they're products. Michael's creative vision went beyond what anyone can replicate, and that's why no one ever will. Michael Jackson's legacy is untouchable. Michael Jackson's legacy is beyond what any artist today will ever achieve. While today's stars promote materialism, controversy, and even dark symbols for attention, Michael's message was always one of love, unity, and genuine artistry. He didn't rely on shock tactics to stay relevant. His work was enough. Today's artists are looking for cheap tricks, promoting negative agendas just to keep people talking. Michael didn't need that because his legacy was built on talent.
This is a real argument you can make. Why does it take 8 minutes for you to come up with a real argument?
On pure greatness. His name stands above the rest, and comparing anyone to him only reveals just how far they still have to go. The comparisons stop here. Michael Jackson is the king of pop, and he's earned that title through unmatched talent, unprecedented impact, and a legacy that will live on forever. This is where it gets serious. Michael Jackson is the most famous person in history after Jesus Christ. Think about that. There have been kings, emperors, presidents, and other celebrities, but none of them have...
Nah, he's capping, bro. The most famous person in history be said. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if you really think about it, it's an unfair battle. Especially because everybody knew about Alexander the Great since he died. That's more people than MJ has ever. You feel me? If you're part of any of the what word is that? Of the connected world, because I don't like the remote islands probably wouldn't know about Alexander the Great and stuff like that. But if you part of any of the connected places in the world, you know who Alexander the Great is. You know who Napoleon is. They had years on. They had way more time to be. You feel me? They collected more people know about them ever than anybody. I'm not saying this right. From the time period they died to now, is more people that heard about them and knew about them than the time period from when Michael Jackson was alive and died. You feel me? It's way more people that know because they died way before Michael Jackson did. And they still known today. That's what I want to say.
Same global recognition that Michael has. The numbers, the records, the influence, it's all...
Now, if we talk about love included, then yeah, probably. Because I feel like anybody that ever heard of Michael Jackson loved Michael Jackson. But it's easy to hate on somebody that ruled a continent and stuff like that, because you maybe you don't agree with the way they ruled it. Like Michael Jackson create music, it's way different. Art and stuff like that is way different. So who everybody know Albert Einstein? Let's go. Let's do it. Then. Let's do it. Let's go shot for shot, man. Let's go shot for shot. Everybody know Albert Einstein. Everybody know Leonardo da Vinci. How about that? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go shot for shot. Man.
matched. So why are we even
Let's go
having
shot
this
for shot,
conversation? Why do people think today's stars deserve to be mentioned in the same breath as Michael? These new artists are nowhere near his level. They don't
Yeah,
have
this
his
pure GLAZE.
creativity,
I'm
his
not gonna lie.
genius, or his impact.
Yeah, I'm not finishing this. This dude GLAZE again. Hey, MJ nutted already, gang. Let's stop. This man, come on, folks. Like this. Shout out MJ. That's one of my goats for sure. But this man glazing. I can't deal with it, bro. I ain't never seen this much glaze in my life. MJ him. But it's the fact that he tried to put everybody else down to put up MJ. Why couldn't you just say his accolades and what makes him stand out from everybody else instead of being like, they need the artists, they need this. The artists they need that. The artists they can't do what MJ did. If they was back then, they would have failed. Why you gotta do that? Yeah, that's some old head stuff right there. But with that being said, man, if you new, subscribe and roll to 1,000 subs, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all my life, man. See y'all next one.